Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm the Toy Sheik, and today's chat is going to be a little bit different than normal. I'm not doing any toy stuff today. I just needed a break. I didn't want to do anything that week. I've had the last few weeks a little bit extra time, so I watched some movies from my collection, ones I haven't seen for many years. So I just kind of wanted to have a little bit of movie chat today. If you guys are looking for the toy stuff, please make sure you come back next time. We're going to check out this monstrosity right here. It's absolutely gorgeous. Very excited about it, but it had its problems. Oh, it was really, really annoying. But we'll talk about that on the video. So if you want to see what that is, make sure you stick around till next time. Today's video, we're just going to throw a little bull for a little bit, talk about some movies I need to drop on you guys. I was surprised by how many people have been seeing these things. So, get through it real quick. Let's go. All right, so I love movies. Watch them whenever I can, but I have a huge collection. I've talked about on this channel before. And it all started for me watching a trailer a few weeks back. Not this one won't be included in today's video, but I saw a trailer for World War Z, Brad Pitt movie, zombie movie. Actually, Brad Pitt's highest grossing movie ever, and very good movie. And from that trailer, which we always used to hate trailers back then, but now when I see them on the movies, I'm like, man, that looks so good. Even though I probably know it's not good because I've seen it, I've forgotten, so I'm like, let me try it out again. So, but it's nice in the collection to be able to see a trailer and then be like, I'm going to go watch that next. So it all started, I saw Brad Pitt, and then I saw the trailer for Inglourious Bastards right here, and I was like, man, I'm in the Brad Pitt mood, I guess now. I'm going back to that. Which growing up, like, a lot of my favorite movies were all Brad Pitt movies and whatnot. I just love, like, Brad Pitt. Pause. He was just a dude's dude. He was the guy you wanted to be growing up, and I love all his shit. I still do. So I definitely wanted to give this movie a try. I only watched it once. It had been a really long time. I never really liked it before. Quentin Tarantino has gotten better over the years, I believe, with all his current movies, because I didn't really like his older ones before. But this one, World War II movie, going to Germany to fight the man with the mustache and some Nazis. But you got a ton of celebrities and a lot of people that you wouldn't expect actually to be in there in smaller roles and whatnot. Michael Fassbender was in here, Diane Kruger, Christopher Waltz, which people really enjoyed his performance. The first scene in this movie is really tense, very, very good. Christopher Waltz plays it in there. He's an SS officer, Hans Landa, I believe. And then you have Brad Pitt's character, who's First Lieutenant Aldo Rain from Kentucky. He's leading a band of American Jewish soldiers that are just going there and killing Nazis. So there's two stories that play out in this to create the end conflict, and it's really crazy. The other story that's taking place, it's between like two small characters that in real life you would never think that these characters would have to do with anything. They would just be people you would pass by and see or whatnot. In the context of this story, we're following these, specific celebrities, big stars. You know those are the characters or whatnot. So to see that these two main characters really shape the entire situation, like without them meeting as fate would have it, then none of the events would take place that would have the conclusion. There would be nothing without them, and it's so crazy. It's just crazy to think that these two small things, the smallest thing can have a large ripple that goes outward. And really good movie. Everyone acts really good. Very gory, graphic, fantastic, action movie, man movie, war movie. I love war movies. They're awesome. So after watching a ton of people get massacred, I decided, let's throw something a little bit more wholesome on. That being the original Disney's Jungle Book, 1967. I couldn't believe how old it was. Classic Disney movie. You need to have seen this. It's part of culture. This is when they did it right. Everything about this movie is fantastic. Music in it, spot on. I can remember it as if I had been watching this my whole life. Bare Necessities by Phil Harris. Chef's kiss. Absolutely amazing. I love the King Louis song too. That one's great. Character development, fantastic all around. All the characters played great, awesome. Shere Khan, amazing. It's like just enough character where you want to learn more, but enough where you know enough about the character to get invested about him, and they just play the roles all good. Shere Khan, definitely one of my favorite Disney villains. I never thought of it before, but he's just like so calm, so cunning, he's like a serial killer. He'll snap on you for sure. He'll just kill you. This is awesome. Love this movie, very good. Whether you're old, young, watching it now, have never seen it, definitely will love this movie. Like, it's just a good movie. This is how they need to be made. Okay? Absolutely classic movie. super excited I watched it. I watched 3 movies over the course of a weekend, and then another 3 over the course of a week, so I didn't watch all these in the same day. It was like over a weekend, but... So I'm in a good mood. We've killed a bunch of people. Now, we've hung out with our buddies. We've walked through the jungles and had a great time. What do we watch next? Alright, so after that, we gotta go back to Brad Pitt, because I've been wanting to watch this movie for a long time, and that's going to be the 2005 version of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. There is a new modern version that's out now. I'm going to give their Amazon and Netflix. I can't remember. Star with Donald Glover, and it is not good from what I hear. I'm not going to watch it. Like I said, it is the new version of it, and it's actually more so based off the 1996 show of the same name, which ran for 1 season, which is more of a drama-based series instead of the action flick that is the Pitt and Angelina show. But they will use the marketing as that, because you remember this fantastic movie, which was the highest grossing movie for both these stars at the time, until, well, World War Z came out for Brad Pitt, and Maleficent came out for Angelina, which is also a really good movie as well. But this is, I mean, these were the actors back then. You know, Brad Pitt, as you already know, I love him and everything, and all the girls did too. The girls loved him, the guys wanted to be him. Angelina, the girls loved her, the guys wanted her. These were the 2 stars. They put them together. They were so good that he left Jennifer Aniston because of it, which is okay with me, because I can't stand that girl. And Angelina is batshit crazy now too, so neither of them were good picks, and it didn't end very well. But in this one, the chemistry's killing. If you see the last scene where they're like with the therapist, I really feel like you can feel it in there, because the way like their chemistry, the way they're looking and stuff like that, like, yeah, bro, I know you guys smashed by now. So a lot of great scenes in this movie. Like I said, there is one before this, 1996 show of the same name, and then there's actually an original by Alfred Hitchcock in 1941. Different plot. The plots have changed throughout the times, obviously, but the agents always know who they are in the shows, that they're agents and they work together. And this one, they are agents for competing companies that don't know, and that's why they find out like later on, and then they try to kill each other. So that's where they did change it up. Absolutely fantastic show. I mean, this thing got like $400 and something million when it came out. It blew things away. So it was a show a lot of people saw, and now I'm like, how have you not seen this show? Definitely one you guys should watch. Absolutely fantastic still. Alright, so the next weekend comes. I decided to start off with a comedy. Some of the old comedies come out back in the day, pushing the boundaries that now they would be like, you can't show that stuff. So we wanted to watch Forgetting Sarah Marshall, coming out in 2008. Now this one right here has 3 movie set. 40-year-old version and Knocked Up are also in here, which I have watched since then. They're not as good as Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I feel like that's like the peak of the Judd Apatow comedies at that time. They're really pushing it, putting like racy things, and they're not like racial things, but like showing like full-on dick in there. And at the time, you know, that hadn't been in movies, so it's kind of like, holy shit, they actually did it. So a lot of big stars now were in this coming up. Kristen Bell, Mila Kunis, I can't remember, the one guy from Superbad, he's in there. And then Russell Brand, which is crazy because he's like super young in there. He was the dirty rocker that all the chicks liked back then. Even in the movies, it was like the same character, but he was really like that in real life, and a lot of the chicks like liked him or whatnot. But definitely, if you want some independent, truth-based media, he's definitely someone you can check out. Very articulate, brings up a lot of great points that are affecting us today. You know, no false rhetorics and narratives being pushed by the normal mainstream side. So definitely a good one to check out if you want to get some different points on what's going on in life. But in this one, he has some of the best scenes for sure that definitely steal the movie. I laugh out loud like 5 times at this. There's a shower scene at the beginning when Jason Segel gets out. He's like, I got a surprise for you. And that part's hilarious. I have said that to a couple of girlfriends in my time, and it is also hilarious. So, love this movie. This comedy, like I said, probably it wouldn't fly today. People are like, you can't say this stuff. But very, very funny. Very funny. Definitely a good rom-com movie, because that's like kind of what it is. And so, yeah. Probably enjoy that one. If you like a little bit of crude humor, like I said, these are all guy movies. We still in guy movies, man. Man movies. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get to the top man movies. This is the one that we can change after this. We can change after this. Alright, so I was in the mood to watch 300. Haven't wanted to watch it for a while. Always one of my favorite movies of all time. But I also love the second one that was released in 2014, 300 Rise of the Empire. I feel like there are two movies that go together because this movie does take place before, during, and after the first movie, but this movie did come out after 300, the original with Gerard Butler did come out. This did open to mixed reviews. I absolutely love this movie. It is not directed by Zack Snyder like the original one is. It does have a very similar style, so it was I didn't actually know until after learning that it was by a different director later on, and then I'm like, oh, I can see the difference between the two. But it does follow very similar. It is based on a screenplay written by Zack Snyder, as well as following a graphic novel by Frank Miller of Xerxes that came out. Whereas the original one's based off a comic book 300, and it had a lot more panels that you could follow closely to really create the movie that we did get, versus this one having a little bit more freedom to kind of interpret some of the things in the book. But I absolutely love this movie. I love the characters. Themistocles here, he's the hero in this version. He's badass, awesome swordplay. So many cool scenes. And then it has Artemisia, and she's the chick. She's played by Eva Green. She's one of my favorite villains of all time. She's badass. She's just cutting fools' heads off, dude. She leads like all the nations. They always talking about like, oh, there's no power women in movies. What are you talking about? They've been making them forever. This chick, everyone was afraid of. She was just slicing dudes' heads off. And crazy good with the sword play. She's got these like dragon spikes. Back piece she wears at the end. Oh my god, that battle was so nasty. So like I said, opened up mixed reviews. A lot of people didn't like the historical inaccuracies. This is based off of real events that took place in real life, but obviously they added their own fictional aspects to it. I believe the Battle of Artemisium and the Battle of Selinus during the Persian Greco Wars, which is actually a very, very fascinating time, is when these stories were taking place, as well as the first 300 movie that had come out. So hopefully there will be a third movie. It's called Blood and Ashes, unless they change the name. That's what it was a long time ago. But I do believe Zack Snyder has the rights back to make the third one, and I would definitely love to see another one, because there is another battle. It seems to be set up at the end of this one, so you're like, all right, let's go see the rest of it. But definitely this movie is absolutely amazing, and I thought it was the best one until I went back and watched 300 right after that, and this bad boy is stupid good. This movie is one of the best movies ever made. That's just hands down. I watched this 4 times since I watched it last weekend. I just kept playing it, and it made me go down a Zack Snyder rabbit hole, and I had to find out more. I always liked him, but now I absolutely love him. I love, and to learn about like what he uses in his editing, since I'm always editing videos and stuff, and wish I could film like that, with its snap zooms and speed ramping and color palettes that are amazing. But then to learn and then see the movie and to see where that editing is taking place and the perspective that it creates, like there are so many good panels. It is so well done. Obviously, it was based off a graphic novel by Frank Miller, pretty much following scene for scene how it was in the movie, and that's what made it so amazing. There are monsters and stuff in there as they do take their liberties to tell this story. It is based off of a real historical event, the Battle of Thermopylae. You know, they obviously had to make the cool story and follow the comic book, which is super amazing. So you got your 300 Spartans, best warriors, led by King Leonidas, Gerard Butler. Pretty much the role I think that made him. That's where I definitely remember him from. I love that character. He's one of my favorite characters of all time. As well, there's a lot of stars in this movie. You had Michael Fassbender in there as well. As Stelios, I believe. And the guy who plays his second in command, his name is Artemis. He's like the second in command in the Troy movie with Brad Pitt, and he's like super killer in that one too. I can't remember what his name is. So Lena Headey. I mean, anything she's in, she crushed. She's the queen. So she's back at home trying to rally the rest of the Spartan army to come help these 300 men fight 3,000 of the world's, the nations from all over the world's best warriors and whatnot, led by the god King Xerxes. I believe Rodrigo Centauri is his name, which he's like a tiny guy, and Xerxes is like so huge and whatnot. But the way the graphics are, it's very like comic book-esque style, very gory. it looks so good. There's so many scenes that are just so gripping and just so well done. The way they're filmed, the way the position of the camera, the light. It's just, oh my gosh, I love this movie so much. I really hope that they make a third one to wrap it up. It's definitely, I would say, 300 is the best movie of them versus the Rise of the Empire. But to me, you kind of have to watch both of them because since this is taking place first, during, and after, it kind of ties in. You're seeing this battle happen in this movie. You're like, oh shit, that's like where that happened at. So it kind of ties it together. But then you see what happens after these guys fall. There's going to be another battle. Well, that's in this one. You get to see those come through. It does have Delios. He's the narrator that's in both these movies. So he does survive. So technically 300 don't die. 299 do. But you got to have someone to go tell the story and whatnot. And I mean, there's just so many damn good scenes in this. I could write a whole movie or do a whole video just on this movie alone, how freaking fantastic it is. If you're a guy, you're definitely gonna love this movie. It's all out war throughout the whole dang thing. As soon as it starts, it's just cool all the way through the end. If you're a girl, definitely, you're probably gonna like it too if you get past the gore. If you shut your eyes on some of those parts, it's not too crazy, it's like kind of comic, but like the dudes are like super, they're running around like He-Man and stuff. So like if you're a dude, you're like, God dang it, I want to look like that, man. That guy's a freaking warrior. And then they're so badass, dude. They're killing so many people. 2007 on this one, 2014 on this one, so a big gap in between. So, you know, 2021 should have been the next one. We missed it. We're a couple years out. Please get that blood and ashes out here. And I'm all about Zack Snyder now. Love it. Absolutely love this movie. Recommend it to everybody. Please, please go watch this movie. I was surprised. I asked people at work, I don't know what you're talking about. They didn't even know any of these people were. I'm like, this is crazy. You guys are lost it. Man, thanks guys for chit-chatting on today. I know it wasn't about toys, but like I said, we got that Mondo Man Bat we dropping next for you guys. So stay tuned for that if you're back into the toy goodness. But today we checked out all of these ones. What was your flavor? What were you feeling or not? Which ones you hate? I want to know, but more importantly, did you get some value out of this video? Because if you did, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more of all the stuff we do here, hit that subscribe and come back for more. I am the Toy Sheik. Thank you guys so much for watching this one today. Mad love, geek out, and I'll see you guys